Hi, this is Dwayne Palka of Pal Katoonz. This is another PalkArt demonstration, and here we're going to be showing how to colorize the hearts. So let me close the splash screen here. And in colorizing the hearts, you can see that what I did was I pulled in the original mask that I had for making the graphic that we saw. Okay, and in the original mask, I have, of course, all three girls. And when I did this, in order to get more detail, I used a thing called the big screen. So I'm going to go under Window here, and I'm going to click on Big Screen. And big screen allows you to work in a little more detail because it's 4 times the size of the other one. Plus, it has its own controls here. So I have the zoom, and I have the pan controls on this, and the full view. They're independent of the original one. For the time being, I'm not using this because for demonstration purposes, I like to have the whole menu here. So, in order to colorize the hearts, what we want to do is we want to minimize. And when I saved this off, I had everything saved here. I had all the masks saved as people masks, and I'm going to turn those off, and we can just see the hearts. And that's what we want to concentrate upon because we want to colorize the hearts. So I'm going to select all the hearts because what I want to do is come down here, and since I already have Use Picked Image turned on, and we definitely have the picked images, I'm going to turn off Show Picked. So we have the picked images. All the shapes, we said the shapes include 2 types of splines, include the original shape, include the rectangle, include the selection, but it also includes not only the picture element but also the color of the shape. And so what we're going to do for colorizing is we want to incorporate color with the picture element. So I'm going to turn on use pick image. We're going to use pick color too as well, since we have both of those 2 elements. And when you do them both together, you have include pick color. Now what it did, it randomized the picture. Now what I can do here is I can select the color below here if I wanted to, and I'm going to turn off the show picked for the time being. I'm going to go and say choose another color. I'm going to choose maybe a yellow here. And in choosing the yellow, I'm going to color this. All of them are selected, so everyone turned yellow, you notice. What we saw there in the previous one was random colors, but nevertheless, you can choose colors from the palette, and you can color these hearts depending upon what you have selected. I have all selected right now. Or actually, if you don't have all selected, you can actually choose a color here, say this green, and I can choose this heart here and color it. So it turns green. Or choose this heart and color it and turn green. In terms of coloring, if I wanted to, I can use spread color. And spread color means that whatever I color is going to be spread to similar colors as well. So if I chose this blue, for instance, over here, this darker blue maybe, and if I click on this, then all the colors, all the colors that were similar got changed in the process. Now I'm showing this in a complicated fashion because I'm showing elements of the picture combined with that. Now, if we like the random color that we have here, then we can go over and just, I'm going to select all again, and I'm going to do a shuffle. And there it shows random colors. But when it shows random colors, it shows from a certain set of colors. So I'm going to go under Window here and come down and pull down Colorize. And with Colorize, you can see that I have two sets of colors. And these are ones that I've defined in the Preferences file. Now, in Shuffle Set is using color 1, which means it's only choosing from these 5 colors to make the hearts. And it's choosing them randomly. So I'm going to change that to be 0. And if I say 0, then it's not going to choose from either set 1 or set 2, but it's going to choose from all the colors to make the colors. So here we have the color heart, and I'm going to show the picked, the colorized hearts. I'm going to show the picked, and we can see how close we are to completion with this thing now. There are other factors that we can do. For instance, we can change the color, the shuffle saturation. If I wanted to, for instance, keep it at like 100%, then we could see how bright it is in terms of the color. It's not as saturated. I mean, the color is more saturated. I'm just going to go back to my 50% because I kind of like that. I usually work in 50% of the color for the saturation. So there's some controls that you have over in the Colorize menu for the picture. Now, what I want to do is, in the original picture, we noticed that all the, well, let me go back and make this visible again. We noticed that all the hearts are actually don't have anything around them. So, in other words, they have no lines in it. So there's a couple of things we can do with that. I'm running into a little bit of a problem here, it seems. Let me see. What would happen here? Let me select this heart, and this heart are not in the background anymore for some reason. I don't know what I did to do that or why it happened, but let's go push it back into the background again. So I'm going to click on Lev down here on the slider, and I'm going to slide it to the left and then move that into the background. I'm going to get this one here, and I'm holding down the Control key and making selection, and then I'm going to shift it over here and slide to the left. That's one way to move it in the background. This guy got moved forward too for some reason, and we'll move him and slide him. Well, let's do it. Let's do a different way. The shape is 964, so I'm going to change that to be some number like 10. Okay. So 10 moved it back too. So if you run into any problems like that, I've never seen this one before actually. I don't know what I did to do that, but you can change the level that the shapes are if they happen to move to a different level. Okay, so the thing that we want to do now is to turn off all the strokes, and there's two ways of doing that. One is I can select all, and I could change the stroke width to be 0, or I can simply say don't show strokes. If we don't show strokes, the only stroke that's showing is the one that is selected. But when you send it out to be when you sent it out as a JPEG, when you export it as a JPEG or as a PNG file, none of the selected shapes will actually show up with a red line around them. That's only for when you're working in the menu here. It's basically WYSIWYG. So what you see is what you get. If you have strokes showing, then the strokes will be in the final product. If you don't have strokes showing, then the strokes will be eliminated from the final product. For the time being, just so that the heart doesn't show here, I'm just going to select something else in the process. So there. Now we're pretty much done with this. So the next step is going to be outputting of the Tokyo Girls picture. Okay, thank you very much.